Today, I review a piece of software called Synergy that allows you to control other computers by creating a server, which is the host, and having other clients connect to it. This allows you to go off screen to another computer and use the host's or the server's keyboard and mouse to control the other computers. Stay tuned if you would like to see how you can install this piece of software, how to configure the server to allow clients to connect to it, and my opinion on this piece of software. Hello and welcome to my review of, well, as you notice, I'm reviewing a piece of software which is called Synergy. And as you notice from the quick overview, is a piece of software which enables me just to use my one keyboard and mouse to connect to multiple computers and stuff, which is in the same network. On the side here, you can see that there is just the different parts of the video. So there's the introduction, which is this bit where I say what it is, and the version which I'm using, the version I'm using is 1.7.2. Then there's going to be the installation process, and then the server configuration, connecting clients, and my feedback of it. So the way that I'll be, how I use it and stuff like that. I will also be having these annotated, so if you click on those, it will skip to the correct parts. So the first thing is though that there is a Android app available for this, but I could not get this to actually connect to my server, which is the Windows 8 OS on it. So Windows 8 computer connecting to an Android device just using Synergy. So I was going to try and transfer the cursor over to it, but I could not get that to work. So the Android app does not really work for me at the moment, but hopefully they'll fix that soon, as that is actually in beta. I have used this piece of software on multiple pieces of software on multiple operating systems, mainly Windows though, so Windows 7, Windows XP and Windows 8 as I have said. And I'll get more into that on my feedback. So now let's actually go on to the installation process. So once you've downloaded the either the 32-bit version or the 60-bit version of the exe from the website, you need to agree to that license agreement, and then once you click I agree, so you give it a read through, then you click I agree to the terms, choose the installation location, click install. It prompts up with a security notification saying that you need admin privileges, so make sure you do have administrative privileges. Once it has installed, it does actually pop up with saying a Windows security alert, so after it's installed you need to say allow access to use your private network, or you can use a public network if you want, but as you're probably at home, it'd be good just to use the private network. So now you need to actually start up the piece of software. So now it's actually installed, you need to start it up, and there you go. So the reason why, so if I just go to configure server, you can see that I do actually already have some things there. That's because it has loaded a previous version. So now to actually remove the unregistered tag along the top. The unregistered tag, that just means, I can't exactly remember what it means, but it means like you have limited access to something, you can't do like any encryption or so. So what you're going to actually need to do is you're going to have to log in using their wizard file, then set up Synergy. You need to activate it by entering your email and then your password. So you can either set it up as a server or a client. So I'm going to be setting this computer up as a server. And if it's a client, you set it up as a client, but you can easily do that. Now the setup is complete. You click finish, and as you see, it's now registered. So the next thing is that I'm actually going to get into the server configuration. Alright, so this is actually going to be the configuration of the actual server itself. So as you can see there are, so from the previous step, which was just running the wizard, which you just do the file one wizard and stuff like that. So server should already be ticked for you. So you could actually you can configure one using their little GUI, or if you've already got one which is already set up, you can just then use that. So in order to set this up, you need to click Configure Server, and you can add some hotkeys. So you can do number pad 7 maybe. So if you click that, you can click New Action, and you can switch to another screen. So instead of going off to the side of the screen, you can then just click this and it automatically switches to that screen. The lock cursor, that is actually just being, that is the by default is the scroll lock button. So when the key is pressed, you can do it like that. I have actually not used this hotkeys yet, but I might actually start doing a bit more. The only hotkey that I've used is just the scroll lock to disable the transfer of the cursor to another computer, really. So I'm actually going to just remove that hotkey. So advanced screen sharing, switch after waiting so long. Double tap within, I have no dead corners. Oh right, so that's going to come in order, come in handy if you've got Windows 8, because if you go to the bottom right on another device, so if you're on the server and you go to the right to your Windows computer, you can just go there and you can access that without going on to the next thing then. So then you have to update the corner size. You can then check the clients for every 500 milliseconds, or by default it just checks so whenever a new client connects to it, it automatically updates. Don't take foreground windows on Windows servers. Not sure what that is. Synchronize screen shavers. So when the server goes into sleep mode, it sets all the computers which are connected to the to their screensaver. I don't think it actually has. So say if you have a specific screensaver for your server, I don't think it would share it to the other clients, as this is only sending the keyboard and mouse, and you can do the Control-C and Control-V between the things. So the screens and links. So configure the layout of your Synology server configuration. So the main instructions are already there. So drag new screens to the grid, or move existing ones around. So if you want to have map VBox, so the server. So the first one that's there is going to be the server, and then you can just drag ones like this on. So you can have them all in a line like this, or you can just make them so they go around this. Something that you've got to watch out for though is that you can make it so map VBox, then it connects to another client there, and then it goes to the next one there. So you have to go to unnamed client, then the next one to the left of that. Then you would need to just do it like that. You can also have them below. So say if it goes offline, it just completely removes it. So then it will go straight to that one. I have not actually filled this all up. So in order to actually do this also, I've got unnamed here, so I'm actually going to remove these. So you can just remove them by clicking and dragging them to the recycle bin there. If you can't actually delete everything, so that's a good safety feature type thing. So in order to actually change the settings, so I'm going to drag this just to over there and double click unnamed. Then you need to change the screen name to the screen name on the client's devices. My tablet, which screen name is Mat Tab, and you're going to have to do it like how it is. So this is the name of the actual device, so it's going to be Mat Tab. And then I'm not sure what the aliases is, so that could be maybe what else it could be called or something. So a screen name, you can make it so if you've got a new computer or something maybe. So dead corners, you can set it so that is actually the device itself. Fix scroll lock, so I think that enables things to be used maybe, so scroll lock could be used. X test for exit, I'm not sure what this is. So then you can modify keys. I haven't not really sure what these are. You're going to have to consult the forms on that. So then the screen name, you just click add. Then if you click OK, and then you start the server, as you can see it starts up. And as this computer is already connected, you can see MATLAB has connected. But in order to allow clients to connect, you're going to actually need to set the other computers to the client, so use another computer's mouse or keyboard. And then you connect the server IP. So currently the tablet that I'm actually using, and I've just realised that's yeah, so the tablet, the actual IP of it, so if I just go server on my tablet, and then the IP, it conveniently just actually displays it. So on the server you can see that the IP address is up there. So if I'm just going to connect to my tablet just to show you easily. So this is the add-in clients to your server. Okay, I don't think it's, did I? Oh, I typed it in wrong. Did I? 192. Yeah, I did not. There you go. I typed it in wrong in the thing, so it's 192 I meant to do. So if I click apply, so 192, and it should be connecting. So on my actual tablet itself, it says client MatVibox has connected, and it says connected to server on there. So within the settings, you can see that there's the port that it uses. So you could probably technically port forward this if you want to, but there wouldn't really be much use. There's actually the use of SSL encryption. I'm not really sure why it's... Oh, it's probably because it's... stop it. Let's see if that works. Oh, so for some reason I cannot click network security. Actually, it's the basic version I'm using. For the pro version, you can have access to the network security. The encryption just means that just password really. And then the info login, that just goes to the browse thing. So if I just browse it, I can see that there should be a network maybe, or if it... No, it doesn't actually log anything. Okay. So screen name, you can actually change your screen name there. So say, I think it by default it just takes it from the Windows thing itself. So you can see that the actual, it takes it from Windows. So the server screen name is taken from the Windows device name, and then you can, if you've got like a device of the same name on the network, then it will cause issues on the network connecting to it. So you have to either change it in Windows, or you can just change it like this way. Now let's move on to my feedback. So my opinion, my feedback of this actual piece of software is that it was very useful, as I actually used it during my live stream for F453 computing. As I had my 2 laptops here, and then I just, since I had the actual stream itself, and then like any question thingy, like a form thing I had for any questions people had. Now, I did actually try and use this at school. However, as when I was connected to school's Wi-Fi, it was actually quite like, it was a bit of a lag between me moving the cursor, well, me moving the mouse trackpad, since I used my Windows 7 laptop and then my Windows 8 tablet. As those were connected through Wi-Fi, I decided just to use my portable router so that it could increase the response time, and well, I just had to really log in once, which was actually pretty good. Since this actual software has multiple platforms, I did actually mention something about the Android app. So I could not actually get that to work since I could not get the cursor from the actual server to the device. I believe that there's actually a iOS version of the app available, but I have not tested that. And there's the multiple OSs, so I think there's one for Linux as well and Mac. So you can use it's quite a lot of operating systems that you can use it on, which is very good. The good things about this are that it's easy to understand. So there's like simple things, so I can easily understand it and stuff like that. The drag and drop, you can drag and drop your files I did actually have some difficulty than that, as I did not actually wait long enough for it to be able to send, and there's no progress bar, so that'd be a good improvement to have if there's a progress bar of you sending the file or something. So it like pops up, so a Windows thing maybe. Although it doesn't actually like move it, it just copies a file. So you'll still have the local copy on your hard drive and stuff like that on your server, but it'll just be a copy on the client computer. So there's no problem at using a different version of Windows. The only problem that I really had was a delay, like a just like lag bit, was when I was transferring a large file to another computer over the network, but that was actually using Windows Explorer instead, since it like overwhelms like the actual cable itself to the amount of data it's sending. So I was moving my mouse on a client computer, so I was moving my mouse on the server, but then on the actual client it was actually delayed quite a lot. The actual screen name itself, I have mentioned this before, but it's actually set by the name of the computer itself, so that is actually very useful if you've got like a set name, but then you can actually change it as well. You can actually copy and paste text using Control-C and Control-V like you normally would do, but that also did actually have some issues if I had it on. So if I had Synergy open too long or something, it just stopped working. I'm not really sure if it's a bug with Synergy or actually a bug with my computer itself. Now let's actually move on to more of the improvements, or improvement suggestions. So on the server configuration, there is actually the connective. So underneath server configuration, there's the connect interactive. So config interactively, and then use existing configuration below. It would be good though if there was a configure server, if there was a way you can easily save it. So if it was next to the config server, if there was a button, so using the interactive thing, if there was a button next to it which is save. I know you can actually save it by going through the save file, then if you go to save that way. But it would be good if there was just like a quick button that I can quickly save. And if you do, when you do save it though, if it did actually save as in the correct format, so the .sgr I think it is called, if it's already in a text box, just so since that is not a recognised extension, it's only recognised by by Synergy itself. For this server configuration, within the actual server configuration, for adding like different devices and stuff, like different clients, for the layout, it'd be good if there was like a quick reset button. So say if you wanted to start again, you can just click reset instead of having to like just delete something or whatever. Or it'd be good though, it'd be a nice idea, but it needs to be labelled correctly, so just like reset layout or something like that. On the About Synergy page, it would be also good if they do actually have the visit website link, but it's not actually hyperlinked, so you have to copy it and then paste it into your browser. It'd be good if you just simply click it and it loads it straight away. Although there was actually some help within the program, it would be also good if there was a link to the website's wiki within the About Synergy, so that you can easily get to it. So on the About page, so there's the help, but then there's also the About thing, then About it's got the website Synergy. So for help, it would be good if there was the wiki link, so as soon as you click the wiki, it links to it, opens up your default browser and then goes to the website. I hope this actually has been helpful for you and you might think about getting this product. If you would like to get the product yourself, the link to their website is in the description down below, so be sure to check that out, and thanks for watching.